Hello once again, I'm Josheb, it's Monday. How about a Monday Melee? This week we're observing Game 3 of the Enter the Storm Qualifiers between Team Blaze and Cloud9. Team Blaze and Cloud9 are currently tied 1-1, and Team Blaze has been demonstrating an absolute domination on Dragonshire, going into level 22 with 6 more takedowns and 2 more structures. Though they are currently both level 22, at times during this game Team Blaze has been up by 2 levels on the back of Abathur's split push and Zeratul predatory tendencies. In fact, the only time Cloud9 had a chance to capitalize in this game was earlier on when Zagara stayed to push just a little bit too long and Cloud9 was able to grab a fort in response. Blaze has been putting out immense pressure, consistently pushing whichever lane Cloud9 is weakest in. As you can see, even Zeratul is getting some push action in as he shepherds the top night camp directly to the top fort along with a range of keep thirsty locusts. Right now Cloud9 is simply trying to stem the tide and make sure they hold at least one shrine, as this late game Dragon Knight could spell disaster for them. With the push Zeratul created pushing into their top keep, Cloud9 needs to take a fight and take it as soon as they can. This particular map has been death by 1,000 cuts for them, as every time they are able to hold a lane, a new lane gets pushed. Cloud9 is so far behind at this point, they cannot lose a Dragon Knight, and they need to take drastic action to win the game. They need to win a team fight, and with Blaze contesting the bottom shrine, they finally have their opportunity. Right away, Karazim blows 7-sided strike to try and burst down Sonya before her team arrives with backup. Jaina gets a full combo off, but rather than slow Blaze down, she only earns their undivided attention. Karazim pops Storm Shield to buy a little bit of time, and Muradin unleashes his full damage combo on Jaina, complete with Rewind. Zeratul burns Void Prison on Morales to halt the healing, and Jaina manages to pull a Walt Disney and enters cryogenic stasis moments before her demise. Everyone on the outside has their face pressed against the ice, so Thrall uses his Sunder as a gentle reminder not to tap the glass. With Morales in prison, Sonya pops her damage mitigation to self-sustain while she waits for the Lieutenant to get out of the pokey. This buys Jaina just enough time to blink away with what we'll call suboptimal hit points. Zagara barely mistimes her maw and Morales escapes as Joanna gets off a great Condemn Blessed Shield combo, and just like that, Team Blaze is forced to go on the defensive. Note that at this point, not a single person has died in this team fight. But in this twist ending, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, it's not the team fight that decides the game, it's the decision making and the play calling. The minimap tells the story here. This is the first time Cloud9 has had an opportunity to push a keep, and they're going to take full advantage of it. As they push, Abathur burrows onto the bottom shrine and secures it for Blaze, and as he does that, Muradin rotates to the center and grabs the Dragon Knight. Hooray! A 25-minute Dragon Knight, you might say. Alas, the Dragon Knight moves slower than a slug on flypaper, and Cloud9 is able to eke out a win here with only 3 warm bodies on Team Blaze left to defend as Muradin is piloting the Dragon Knight. Okay, 2 main things. The objective does not win the game, the core wins the game. Don't be fooled into believing the objective is always the correct call. If you have accounted for the enemy and you know you can take the core, you can take the core and win the video game. If you're losing and you know that next boss they're grabbing is certainly going to be a loss, what do you have to lose? Likewise with doubloons, or any other objective for that matter. Nothing flips a game quicker than a team with nothing to lose and glory and guts to gain. Number 2. No matter how bad things look, don't give up. Cloud9 was on the back foot the entire game, losing in structures and kills until they actually won. Sometimes backdoor core allows you to grab wins that seem completely out of reach. Before we watch that footage again, allow me to share a disclaimer. I'm not telling you to skip the objective all the time. I'm telling you to skip it when it makes sense or in desperation when it's the only option your team has left. Furthermore, please don't forget to communicate with your team, as getting them to come with you in this situation is the difference between getting reported for feeding and winning the video game. Got it? Okay, good. Let's watch that with no slow-mo.
Jason and those locusts now starting up, but bottom.
Yeah, Dream is in a bit of trouble here, and we see a lot of damage going off. Ice Block has to be used, but there's no way Jane's gonna hear. Oh my goodness, the Bolt Dunk Train, can he get the heals in time? The Maw barely not catching, and the Bolt is clutch. iDream trying to turn around, almost at full health now. The clone of Abathur has been blown up, and the aggression is now on the side of Cloud9. Yush still has 1 charge of Radiant Dash available, so he should be able to back away from here. He's just holding on to it as long as he can. There he goes, but Cloud9 not looking to end there. Water Ellie quickly catching up to Yush. Gonna get that slow. No, Radiant Dash comes off, pulled it, and he gets out of there.
They didn't get a kill, but they have lost a keep.
Oh man,
go down top.
And Abathur might actually steal this bottom. He goes from pushing up the top keep with the Knights. They are now sitting at the bottom. Muradin moving into the mid lane, going to grab a Dragonite, and Cloud9 is in no position to defend this. The keep's down. The Dragon can walk straight to the core. This is a rough situation for Cloud9.
This is a base race. Cloud9, they have to do this.
The Dragon's slow.
They have to push in now.
The Dragon is slow. It's going to take a while to get there. The defense is here. Claudia is getting blown up, but he manages to blink on out. Storm Shield cast here. Cloud9 going through the shields, but they're taking so much damage. King Caffeine does not have Indestructible. He has Storm Shield, which has already been used in this fight. He will get blown up here. Claudia is trying to get in the core down to 44%, but the Dragon is working on the core of Cloud9. Dunk will get blown up next. Just down to 4%, and Cloud9 clutches it out and wins the game.
Not having battery there for the defense. Abathur did some great work in that push up top, but going for that Dragon, unfortunately, is just not the right move.
That'll do it for this week's Melee. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you tonight as we cast Chair League. Monday. Chair League games take place tonight, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Come on out and support the Grassroots Community League, or sign up yourself for free at chairleague.com. Straz and I will be casting at twitch.tv/Josheb. We hope to see you there. Tonight, you'll use the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.